Hello, dear students. How are you all? Welcome back to your class. We have already read Extraordinary Feat. Now we are going to read a poem. And the name of the poem is Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening. And the poet is Robert Frost. Before starting the poem, I would like to say that this is a very, very important poem in English literature, okay? You are reading this in class 7. You will even find this in your graduation level if you study further with English. Please read attentively. And this is a very easy poem, okay? The word meanings are very easy. The rhyme scheme, see, I have mentioned here the rhyme scheme. All are very easy. So let's start. So the poet is Robert Frost, who wrote this poem in 1922 and it was published in 1923. Robert Frost is a very famous poet in English literature. He has been awarded numerous honorary degrees and 4 Pulitzer Prizes. Can you imagine 4 Pulitzer Prizes? So he was a very famous poet, and this is one of his very famous poems. So this poem is told from a perspective of a traveler who stops to watch the snowfall in the forest, and in doing so reflect on both nature and society. So I am telling about the inner meaning of the first paragraph, okay? The first paragraph is the rhyme scheme I wrote here, A B A, and the first paragraph is: the speaker thinks about who owns the woods that he or she is passing through and is fairly sure of knowing the landowner. However, the owner's home is far away in the village, and thus he is physically incapable of seeing the speaker pause to watch the snowfall in the forest. And the second paragraph is saying about: the speaker thinks his or her horse must find it strange to stop so far from any signs of civilization. Indeed, they are surrounded only by the forest and a frozen lake on the longest night of the year. The third paragraph, okay. The horse shakes the bells on his harness, as if asking if the speaker has made a mistake by stopping. The only other sound beside the ringing of these bells is that of the wind and the falling snowfalls, which the speaker likens to the feathers of goose down. And the last paragraph is: the speaker finds the woods very alluring, drawn both to their darkness and how vast and all-encompassing the scene. However, the speaker has obligations to fulfill elsewhere. Thus, though he or she would like to stay and rest, the speaker knows there are many more miles to go before that will be possible. The last line are very important: miles to go before I sleep, miles to go before I sleep. So I hope you all like it. I hope you all understand it. Read thoroughly. I have given the word meaning and I will give the worksheet also. Thank you. Keep reading.